Three big pieces of news to start the podcast. First, no Jake, Jared in-house.
Howdy.
Jared, second podcast ever with Double Bogey Show?
I think so. I don't remember the last one.
For all of our crossover listeners from You Bet Your Radio, Jared is a very recognizable face.
Main produce.
More so a voice than face, but yes.
The glass man. Yeah, you can't see him because there's so much sunlight behind him that you can never actually see Jared.
Partially recognizable on 18 Birdies too.
Yeah.
Like, and I would say, like, if there was a list of 2024 up and coming 18 birdie influencers, I already made the top of the list in 2023, but Jared is for sure top 10 2024.
Easily front runner.
He doesn't golf, but he treat 18 birdies like it's a Twitter account.
Jared, quick plug your 18 birdies.
I don't even know if I have the app downloaded.
I hope it's just like Jared Golfs.
I think it's just my name, to be honest.
And then can you just read us one of your posts on there?
So he has 0 rounds recorded on 18 birdies, but he just throws out tweets on 18 birdies.
It's just Jared Schumacher, Jerod Schumacher.
And give us one of the most fire posts.
So this is my most recent one. A great name for a mini golf course would be Hole in Fun.
That's fire, dude.
He's not wrong.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like, we're up and coming.
TM.
Yeah.
Up and coming.
Back 9 would be a good name for a golf themed bar.
It would be.
It would be.
For sure taken.
Yeah.
I've been to a bar called the Backfield before. So same concept. I think it can roll over into golf. Because here's the thing about golf.
I've been to a bar called the Back 40.
The Back anything. The fucking... Yeah, I'm not gonna. Yeah, too many golf clubhouses, Jared, are called like the 19th hole or like
the clubhouse,
the club, or the sand trap or whatever. Yeah. But the back 9 is, I mean, that's at the top of the list.
Yeah, and then I had another one: golfing shitty in the rain. When it rains, it pours.
I mean, if that doesn't deserve a follow, then I am going to lose my mind. I don't know what.
Jared doesn't golf.
But you know golf.
A little bit.
Based off of what you just told us.
Jared's like what is it? It's mitosis or something when a cell just absorbs shit from other cells around them.
Yep.
Osmosis. Oh, okay. Jared knows golf by osmosis.
That's also,
we talk about it.
That's
so
part
much.
of working here too. Is like, I mean, you'll just sit at the bar and watch us playing the sim for hours
and hours. And I pick up a lot of the lingo too.
Yeah.
Then you choose not to use it because every once in a while Jared will just be like, nice hit.
Yeah.
Hey, nice hit, Tyler.
Nice hit. Got to bend the knees a little bit.
Do you ever see yourself getting into the game and like playing a little bit?
I used to play it like when I was in college, like for a summer.
Hell yeah.
I went to Ironman in DL when it was open.
That's a great course. RIP to Ironman. We played Ironman's greens in Pelican.
Oh, okay. Yep, that's the connection there.
Ironman was a little 9-hole par 3 course in DL. That was where I golfed for the first time in my life. And then we did a small town course tour in Pelican Rapids because they literally cut the greens out of the ground, put them in a back of a truck, drove them 35 minutes to Pelican and put them back in the ground because Pelican didn't want to just grow their new greens.
Jeez. That's actually wild that they're able to transport that.
Yeah.
You think, I mean, it's think about how much easier that is than transporting a house. It still blows my mind that they can jack a house up, put it on a trailer and just move it to a different location.
I hate when they do that because you got to drive behind them and you can't fucking pass them because the house is sticking out on both sides.
Yeah, and half the time the wide load or oversized load sign is like flapping in the wind. It feels like it's going to come through my windshield.
And there's a Prius that's like being the runner.
Yeah, for sure.
Fucking pace car.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to do that job. I always think it'd be just so cool. It's so easy.
Like for a wind turbine like blade or something like that. Imagine being the guy like there's just a section of road that's being done, and on each end there's a person holding the sign, and then there's a car that brings like the group of people from one side through the other, and then they turn around and then they bring the other people on that side just back, and it's like back and forth, quarter mile at a time, every single fucking hour of the day.
Put some tunes on.
You make good money doing that though.
Dude, it's got to be
like the people with the hold the signs and the dude that drives back and forth. They're making like $45 an hour.
You think you could? You get paid mileage for being the guy in the car?
I don't think they make you do it in your own
car.
Yeah, that'd be fucking sweet.
Jeez. Jared, if you were running pace car for the house, you would you would drive away on accident. You'd be like, fuck it, I'm gonna make this red light quick. Yeah. And then all of a sudden the house is screwed and you're just a pace car in the middle of nowhere.
That probably would happen.
Second big piece of news.
Can I interject with just a thought of mine during that conversation? People who own their own golf carts, they should be able to pimp them out and then just rent them out to people who want like a sweet ass golf cart.
So, there's an app, I can't remember the name of it, but it is essentially Airbnb for cars. We used it.
Turo.
Turo. Yes. We were in Iowa City. We used Turo. So it's like, dude has 2 cars. He rented one out to us for the week, just like you would in Airbnb. Arizona, all these people that leave Arizona and come up to like Minnesota for the summers, they could be renting out their golf cart every time.
100%. And you treat it as an Uber, right? So some Ubers that you get into, like they have water stocked in there. They have like one Uber had like shooters inside of there. They have fucking like good sound systems. If you pimp a golf cart out and then let's say you have 2 or 3 of them, you rent it out to a bachelor party, like those guys are going to have a phenomenal time.
Dude, if I would pay an extra $20 at a course that I've played before and I know for sure has those stupid fucking carts with the GPS that shuts me off. So like if I'm driving off the cart path and it
for sure
and it shuts me down, I will pay an extra $25 for the cart to rent a cart from a neighbor that I can go anywhere with.
For sure. Because I mean, just having a screen anywhere is cool. Like let's say when you upgrade your vehicle, you went from no screen to like, a little 7-9 inch screen in the front. It's the sweetest thing ever. And I thought that would be the case with golf carts. But when I figured out like I am in the middle of a cart path and this thing is bogging me down and it's going to shut off in a second. If you don't reverse right away in the middle of the cart path, cart shut down. And also do you think scorecards mainstream scorecards will ever go digital?
I don't think so, because golf is one of those sports that's like stuck in tradition.
For sure. And
the signing of the scorecard and the writing everything out as far as like your handicap. And I would prefer not to switch because like I like to keep track of the games we're playing. And I can't do that on the screen one where you can just put your score in. Well, and
there's just something about like we have a handful of scorecards that we've just kept from courses that we may never play again.
Yeah, we kept those because I just keep telling myself I'm gonna put them all in a frame one day and they'll be a decoration, and I just know I won't.
No, but eventually you will, and that at that point you might have 100 scorecards.
Yeah, I have to get a really big frame.
So I also think like people collect golf balls, people collect tees, they collect ball markers from different courses. I think scorecard is a phenomenal. It's just a good collectible to bring from any course.
So whether we like it or not could be a tough pill to swallow here. We're a little older,
a little bit.
We collect stuff at courses. Do you, Trevor?
No,
I don't. Yeah, because I don't think the younger generation collects anything when they go to different courses.
It definitely does. Age definitely matters in this scenario, because if you look at all of the like big time posts on social media of someone collecting golf souvenirs, they're all old guys.
Yeah.
And so like they have the biggest collections of them all. Now we are falling in line with that, with like, all right, we'll just start with scorecards or like a ball marker and eventually we'll do something with it. And at that point we'll be 50, 60 years old and fucking go viral on social media.
Well, also you two have been to more courses than I have. I've been to just here in town and a few others. Like I've been to like a PGA course or anything like that. So
that's
like,
true.
What's the coolest course you've ever played?
No, probably when we went to Brainerd and played
Craigan's.
Yep.
So did you buy something from Craigan's?
No,
because even I did. Well, I bought a ball from Craigan's.
Okay.
I did not.
I bought it because it said CRMC Championship. It didn't say Craigan's, but I wanted a ball to say that I played in this Pro-Am.
Oh, we got the balls from the place that I have. That I still have a couple of.
You gotta keep one. I think I lost all mine.
I think I got 1 or 2 left.
No, so I'll play with all of them until I'm down to 1, and then that goes into a safe pocket.
Yeah.
Where do you keep all the balls at your house?
So right now I have most of them are in my office, or I put them in this thing.
Sure. Yeah.
Like so that little, we have a ball holder deal that's got like all the courses we did for our 9-hole tour. Some of like I think the CRMC's in that one.
The coolest balls I've ever found, I've found these on the course. One of them was a Masters ball, and one of them was a President's Cup ball. It had had the logo on each one. I don't know if
so. It's definitely some guy that got a famous tournaments package of balls and he lost those on.
Yeah, it could have came from the same course. But also playing the courses around here, you know where to look.
Yeah.
So odds are a little bit better.
I found a Tiger Woods Wheaties ball twice.
The same ball?
I
or
found
just two different of the same.
The same
print?
ball, but 2 times.
How?
I don't know. I looked at it and I was like, who the fuck signed this ball? And I was like, why does
wait,
say
it was
Wheaties?
signed?
It was like a Wheaties ball that was
Like a stamp sign.
Stamped Wheaties, and I think he stamped the signature because it's like I think a shit ton of them signed.
Yeah.
Did
I have
you
2 of those.
keep it?
I do have it in my bag.
Okay, there we go.
Good.
There we go.
I've kind of switched a little bit to if it's weird because now I'm starting to replay courses that I've already played that I think are cool. And now I don't buy a ball again. Now I buy a marker. But I do get something.
Marker's a good collectible.
Yeah. How many times? And those are the things that I'm not really saving for a rainy day. I will use them because somehow I lose my fucking markers just as much as I lose my ball.
For sure.
Or you can make a table out of your markers too.
Yeah, I've seen that.
That would be sick.
Like the people that in college would make a beer bottle cap table.
Yep.
You do it with
Or
markers.
like a chew top, like the chew can top or
Yep.
whatever.
Yep.
Yep. So it's just like people who collect quarters. They need what they need to have is they need to have like a board, and obviously every marker is different, but they need to have a board, like a framed board that you can put all your markers into. It's meant for ball markers.
Yep.
I have one of the quarters for like the states.
Me
it's
too.
like every state has one. You put it in there.
Yep.
Grandma whipped mine out on Thanksgiving.
You have them all?
I do. I didn't.
Nice.
I didn't think I did, but apparently I do.
You want me to check comps on that on eBay?
No. I bet you it's worth
$10.
50 quarters.
But it's a full
25
collection.
bucks.
It's a full collection though.
Yeah. Maybe
you give it another
could be
50
worth
years.
like 28 bucks because it's $3 for the board.
Give it another like 50 years or pass it down to your kids and it's going to be worth something. Someday.
It could be. Yeah, I don't
'Cause
think it's
eventually
worth shit now
Change is going to die.
because all those quarters are still in circulation. It's not like now there's quarters for all sorts of shit that weren't even on you can't even put on the board.
Like, give me an example.
Like there's a
Puerto Rico.
There's a Puerto Rico quarter. There's a freaking Mexican embassy quarter. There's all sorts of stuff.
Interesting.
Yeah, there's quarters for everything that's technically the United States.
Yeah, there's like a Sakakawea one.
Yep.
Yeah.
I will say a quarter or a coin of any sort is one of the best ball markers out there.
Yep. Always got them in your truck, and I never remember to grab them, even though I'm out of fucking ball markers all the time.
I don't know why I get lucky enough to find pennies in the parking lot. I don't know. People are maybe that get changed at the clubhouse and they just like huck their pennies in the parking lot. But there's been a weird amount of pennies that I've found in the parking lot of golf courses.
I'm gonna start doing that. Just chuck my pennies in the parking lot.
Yeah, some people do. They're like, this fucking thing's worthless. And if I find I have this. I do have this superstition of like, if I find a penny on tails, I won't pick it up.
Whoa.
And if I find one on heads, I'll put it in my pocket for that round. And it doesn't make things any better, but mentally it does.
Just do the opposite. Just pick up the tails now.
No, you should do. You should just flip that to heads for the next guy. Get yourself some good karma.
That is true.
That's not a bad idea. 2 phenomenal options there.
Sorry. The second piece of news, important, especially since Jared is in here today. Our boy, our leader, our captain, Kirk Cousins, bought a golf course.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, in Michigan.
What?
Yep. Kirk bought a golf course near his hometown in Michigan. It is the Clearbrook Golf Course.
So I think he bought that a while ago.
Yeah, I think he was talking about buying it, but it's this article. Where the fuck's the date? I don't know, but I'm happy for him. I'm gonna go play it.
It's in Michigan.
Yep, in Michigan.
In Clearbrook, Michigan.
That's the name of the course.
Gotcha.
Think about it with Cole's cash.
It's
Probably. Yeah.
It's in Saugatuck. Saugatuck, Michigan.
Yeah. Okay.
Beautiful this
Western Michigan.
It is it's one of the greatest December destinations out there.
It's only 6,400 yards.
Not bad.
Let's fucking go. I mean, we play whites.
Literally?
We're playing like 50.
Lots of blind fairways apparently.
Ooh.
And there's a dog leg right to end it, but they accidentally snipped that dog leg, so the Achilles is torn there. So you just
too soon.
cut that dog leg.
Too soon.
fucking Dob leg, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
Josh Dobbs comes in and fixes it, but doesn't finish the job.
They get a Mullins
Yeah.
again.
God damn it, Trevor. I was just about to pipe in with that. Yeah. How many Mullins we get this round? Oh God.
That was an important one, but just some news that I thought I would share for all our Minnesota boys.
That's sweet. Did it say how much he paid for it?
No, I don't want to read the whole article. I'm just excited that he got it.
I do feel like well, my first question is like, and you don't need to answer this, but I wonder like what makes a course like want to sell? Like
Oh yeah, dude, this is from last year.
Yeah, it was a long time ago.
I'm fucking stupid.
I didn't know.
It's interesting as what makes a course want to sell. Like, is it financials? Are they just sick of running a golf course? And with these like professional athletes starting to buy courses or design their own, like Mike Trout and Tiger Woods designed a course together. I wonder if down the road more athletes will start doing that. Like, would Shohei Ohtani fucking buys a golf course in Japan and just
Shohei Ohtani could almost buy Japan.
No, he could.
damn near.
After 10
Garrett?
years, though.
What?
Yeah.
GDP of Japan less than 700 million.
Definitely not. Japan is very wealthy.
And just the sushi market itself is probably worth that much.
Yep.
So, I mean, they have great sushi.
Yeah. It's their best export.
Yep.
So Tyler, why were you late?
Okay, I was late. I have an all-time dad low today, I think, for me.
Really?
I got to drop my kids off at daycare.
And it's not close to here.
No. One is really far away from here. One is close to here, kind of. He's like a 10-minute drive from here. But I dropped the first kid off, and it is a 25 to 30-minute drive almost to get to the second kid's daycare. And I am cruising. I know I got to get to work at 9 o'clock. We got a podcast this morning. I drive almost all the way back to work before I remembered that my kid is still in the back seat.
What?
He was quiet as a mouse.
Was the younger one?
Yep. I was just cruising down the interstate. I get off the interstate. I am a mile from the bunker and he squawks. And I was like, God damn it. Hey, buddy. And it just fucking turned around.
Are you shitting me?
I forgot my kid was in the car. I would, if he was sleeping or something, I would have got here. I would have got out. I'd have ran into the podcast and he'd still be in the fucking truck.
Oh my God.
So when
I would have got a text from daycare and been like, is he coming today? And then I would have ran out of here like an idiot. But thank God he made some noise. I mean, it's better than forgetting him at home.
That is true.
Or on a hot day if you forgot.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, thankfully he's did not get forgotten in the car. Typically, like when I get out of my truck, it says like, make sure you look in the back seat
check rear seat.
Yeah, check rear seat for any. I don't know what. Yeah.
But do you every time you see that be like, I turn around and then you check your back seat?
No, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
No, Jared, do you do that ever?
No. I'll look at down and then just get out because I know I don't have a child
Yeah, but even like
or a pizza.
even when I do have my children, I sound like, oh, I better turn around quick.
Child, are you back here?
That's actually great. And I mean, two is way more than one. I know like in the morning I bring him to daycare and I drive home and then I come to work.
And I mean, I was going to be I wasn't going to be late regardless, but I was going to be cutting it close. I probably would have rolled in like 8:55 and then walked straight to the podcast studio.
Yeah.
And so I didn't have my foot on the gas, but I wasn't going slow to get here. I was like, I got to have a little bit of urgency. And so I was distracted. I had a podcast rolling. Then all of a sudden, the little man just, blah. It's like, oh, hey, dude, I got to turn the fuck around. Because like when I messaged you guys that I was going to be late is when I realized he was still in the truck.
Damn, that's I mean, you were just that your golf was on the mind.
Yeah.
The podcast was on your mind.
Yeah.
I completely get it.
Yep. I was trying to come up with things that the questions you sent for the podcast today. So I was just so engrossed. So I blame you, Ryan, for asking such an engaging question.
I posed them last night. I was watching Monday Night Football last night. And it did get me thinking a little bit. So the ball rollback, so Wilson put out, like Wilson's CEO or founder, Wilson Golf, they put out his statement about how he's kind of disappointed about the ruling. And I've seen a couple other statements too from people. And the majority consensus is that people aren't that happy about it. They're not happy that they took the data from professionals, that being a very minute portion of the golf world, and they didn't take the data from more amateurs because it just doesn't translate over. So in my mind, I'm like, well, if they're going to roll the golf balls back, then they have to roll equipment back, because if equipment just keeps progressing, the golf balls are going to hit the same distance they did before the rollback. So outside of golf balls and let's just say golf clubs, those two are out of the equation. If the golf world or just golf courses in general decided to roll something back other than those two things, what rollback would piss you off the most?
Okay, I got two. I've thought of two. The first one, you might put an asterisk next to it because it does kind of roll back one of the two things you just said we couldn't roll back.
Okay.
But I would be super pissed if they roll back bags, meaning if they rolled back the amount of clubs you could have with you.
Sure. To like maybe it's 12 clubs instead of 14.
So you got to decide what you want in your bag.
Yeah, because for some reason, when the one time I played in the Pine de Palm, I had 15 clubs. And I had such a hard time deciding what club I was going to leave out, even though I'm not good with any of them in particular. It was like, God, I don't know. I can't take out my fucking 4-iron.
Yeah.
Why would I do that? Even though I have a 4 hybrid. And it's like, well, I can't take a hybrid out. That's like my bread and butter.
Yeah.
It wasn't. And it's just, I don't know why I had such analysis paralysis when trying to decide to trim from 15 to 14. I can't imagine what would happen to me if I trimmed from 14 to 12.
Well, I think part of it too is that you just don't know what club's going to be on. So like, what if the club you decide to put in back in your vehicle is the one that was going to be on that day?
Yeah, and then I'll just never know if I was going to hit it good because it's sitting in my truck. And you know me, I will abandon the club immediately. Oh, like, it does not take a lot for me to be like, well, that's in the bag the rest of the day.
I did that with my putter.
Yeah.
So we got the Battle Ready 2.0 putters from PXG. And I thought it was a good idea. I had never played with this putter before. Never. The first putt I hit with it was on the practice green before my first match play round. We put out a video of my putting clinic that I put on. It was dog shit. So at the turn, I had Jake just run back and get my older PXG putter.
Yeah, the one you've been using for the entire summer.
Which why would I do that?
I mean, it's a sponsor and it's a brand new shiny club, and
yeah,
you want to try it out. The putter, it's a good putter. I use mine because I was in the losers bracket and I didn't fucking matter to me.
Yes,
and I used it. I liked it, but like you were in a competitive winner side of the bracket and decided to switch out the one club that is 100% touch.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't know what the touch was on it yet. And I later found out that you're not allowed to do that. That's illegal to switch.
Is that the one you lost though?
Smoked.
Yeah, so it didn't matter.
I think I played 13 holes.
Yeah, because you used the same putter the ones you won.
It was like 8 and 7, and I was done.
So you'd have been technically DQ'd from that anyway. So as long as you didn't switch putters on one of the matches you won.
And then win,
then you're good.
Yeah. So that would be a tough rollback. And like, especially if they had like marshals at the course that are checking. Again,
honestly, when we did I still was technically over because I had my ball grabber in my bag, which does count as a club. And I genuinely would have, I mean, for bit's sake, I would have kept it in the bag if I had known it counted as a club.
Yeah, it's like being popped for PEDs. It's like you'd be popped for having one extra club over the limit.
Yep.
I think a rollback that would piss me off would be if they bogged down the golf carts. So even like let's just
already bogged down.
They're already so slow.
Let's take it another level. If they were to bog down the carts with the boundaries on them already,
Let's shrink the boundary.
I mean, I'm like on the first cut of the fairway, and it's telling me to back up. Why? I'm not out of bounds.
Really make them cart path only.
Yeah. And then on top of that, if they were to decrease the miles an hour by like, let's say you can only go 5 miles an hour.
Dude,
Just start walking.
There's nothing.
I'm gonna walk at that point. Yeah, we're a riding only podcast. We're a walking only podcast if that happens.
Dude, there's, I love small town rinky dink golf courses, but the worst thing about those types of golf courses is the inconsistency in the speed of carts.
For sure.
So like you'll have a group of guys out there and maybe they'll let you golf with 6. So you got 3 carts. For sure, one of those carts goes 5 miles an hour less than the other 2.
Yep.
And you're just fucking putzing behind everybody, always trying to catch up.
My buddy showed me a trick to make it go into governor mode.
Okay.
Does that work? So it only works on the old ones.
Yeah.
I've seen videos of this before. Like, has he done it?
Yes, he did it at Rose Creek one time.
So
and how
explain
much
it.
faster did it go?
Oh, they killed us. They were like, we were
Really?
beating them the whole time, and then they would be like probably like 10 yards behind us and just screen past us within another 5 yards.
So it's like you shimmy a tee in there, right?
They do pop cans. They crush down the pop can and they like go open the back where the clubs go, and you like open it up. You like move this one thing, you put it there, like hold it, and it just fucking cooks.
Huh? Hell yeah.
Could you like if someone caught you doing that? I'm assuming you'd get in trouble.
I feel like most courses would be pretty like just take it out.
Yeah.
I mean, for sure at the Green Bay Country Club, you'd be banned for life.
For sure. And if you had a backwards hat while you fucked with the governor, you would probably be banned from all of Wisconsin.
Yeah. Never allowed back, you son of a bitch.
Yeah. Do it on hole 3, 4, and then get rid of it at hole 16.
Yeah.
Then you're chilling.
And they have to realize there are some mechanically sound people out there that like to golf that would just know, without even watching a video, would know exactly what to do to make this son of a bitch go faster.
Yeah.
I think that's incredible. Like the knowledge of looking at a machine and be like, yeah, this is the problem. I can fix it right now.
I agree. Or someone who can just like swap an engine out.
Yeah.
Like what?
Pretty wild. Trev, what rollback would piss you the fuck off?
Well, I don't really have anything that would piss me off, but I think it'd piss a lot of people off if like they have certain length tees or just no tees at all.
Because of like they're trying to like, because I do believe that
there's a height max on tees, isn't there?
I don't think so.
I don't think there's a height max, but they do get mad when you just step your tee into the ground, because I think it screws up the mowers.
Yeah.
So from a mower perspective, if the course is like ban tees,
no more
or
tees,
or like
I'd be fine with that.
You go driver off the deck every time would suck.
Or if like
it's not bad.
Or if they give you tees at the beginning of round that are color coded, and so then they can track down what player came to the course that day was hitting the lime green tees, because that person's
You're gonna
never
have to have
back.
a lot of colors. Think about it. Like there's 75 golfers that go through there in a day.
Yeah, I mean, on top of Roy G. Biv, you start getting out into like the magenta,
then striped.
Yeah,
Reggie Biv is only 6 colors.
or if you just had a number on top of the tee,
Yeah.
then you'd be fucked.
I think we should roll back to sand tees, like from Greatest Game Ever Played. Remember that Shia LaBeouf movie?
Those are sick.
They would take like a little like. Think about the paper cups that, let's say grandma has them to rinse down her toothpaste.
Yep.
They would take like a paper cup like that, fill it with sand, tip it upside down like a sand castle, and they would put their ball on top of that sand. And that was the tees back in the day.
Well, imagine how something like that would progress to this day. They would have different designs of cups that you could like make. You could actually make like a fucking sandcastle out of.
And it's actually not a bad idea, because then you don't ever have to pack tees. You don't have to buy tees. There's always sand at every tee box, and they sand the tee boxes anyway.
Correct. Yeah.
The only shitty
sand
thing,
seed combo.
You hit that ball fat, you're gonna fuck your driver face up so fast. Like, just think you're hitting tiny little pebbles every swing.
Yeah.
For sure. For sure. It'd be like taking a sandblaster to your driver.
Yep. Especially when you have swing speeds like us of thousands miles per second.
I mean, it's
Just put some chapstick on it. You're good.
Yeah. Then the sandals stick to the chapstick.
Jared, I think if you started golfing using the chapstick trick, you'd be hooked.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Because you'd be hitting ball. I mean, you'd be crushing balls.
Put it on my putter.
Jared, have we ever like done any sort of golfing together?
I don't think so.
Have you ever even come to a shoot?
Well, I went first year Pine and Palm.
That's right. You did.
Yeah, you walked with us.
That was fun.
We got to bring you to Sweet Shots or something.
Oh, I went. Yeah, one time when it opened, I think I went with you guys. Sweet shots, and that's about it.
We'll get you there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're hitting off turf. It's a good time.
Yeah, I've been. It's fine.
Yeah.
You got any rollbacks that would piss you off, Jarrett? Imagine if 18 birdies didn't allow you to send out like text posts.
Oh my god, that'd be the worst.
Can you imagine, dude? Nightmare zone.
Couldn't do it. I think if they rolled back not having a ball, that'd
That'd be kind of ass, honestly.
yeah. It's like, it's just do it.
It's just all simulators, like a hologram.
I made a hole in one every time.
Well, it's like in like early on in baseball practice, like the first couple practices, we would just do like a ghost infield outfield.
Yeah.
So our like pregame warm up would consist of no ball at all.
Mm-hmm.
So you're making like diving catches and shit in the outfield, and you're like throwing down from home plate to second, just swiping people out.
Yeah, they do the same thing like our basketball or football. Like we're not touching a football for the first week or whatever. It's all conditioning.
Yeah, I feel like they rolled the ball.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, oh yeah.
That's probably more of a basketball thing.
I was gonna say in football, we were just like, we're going full pads day one, boys.
Yeah, conditioning.
I would say another rollback that would piss me off would be in four-man scrambles if they didn't allow a female to hit from the women's tees, they had to hit back from the men's.
Yeah.
That would piss me off a lot because the number one hack in four-man scrambles would be having a solid female on your team that can stripe fairways from the women's tees.
I mean, so that wouldn't technically be too bad of a thing because then your opponents can't use this either.
That is true, but if you have better sticks than your opponents, plus you have a female, and even if they do have a female too, it's like you're still gonna have the leg up on them.
Yeah. No, it is definitely a cheat code. Like Grandpa Dave, we got beat by him at a Forest Hills scramble one year because she's really good. I don't remember her first name, last name, Hutchinson, I believe. She played golf in college.
Yeah.
And she was hitting bombs off the women's tee. So they were every single hole they were on in two. And then if it was a par 3, they had a 10-footer for birdie.
Well, in your second shot is probably within 100 yards every time.
Every single time. Yep. They were always there was I think one hole where they weren't on in 2.
Yeah, and it might have been like a 550-yard par 5 or something.
Yeah, and I think it was. So there's only 2 par 5s in the entire course. I think, which that checks out, right? There's only supposed to be 2 par 5s, and they're not that long either.
Well, it's usually two aside.
Yep.
Okay. So then, yeah, it's a par 70 then. But there's only 2, and they're not that far. So they were on every time.
That's a massive advantage.
Yeah.
I've been trying to, like, in the back of my head, like, who do we know that we could recruit? What female do we know?
Maddie Poole.
That would be solid.
She hits bombs.
Yes, she does. Not she can't beat us, but
she can't. Never has, never will.
What else you got, Tyler?
Alcohol consumption. If they rolled back the amount of booze we could have. I mean, I'm not getting hammered on the course as much as I used to anymore, but just knowing I'm not allowed to would piss me off.
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, go ahead.
I don't have the plans to drink 100 beers today, but fuck you for telling me I can't.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Because if by small chance you and your group get just a slight itch, one guy buys a 6-pack. Well, and then another guy's got to buy a 6-pack because, he's got to get the other guy back. And then it's just it's rolling thunder of 6-packs in and out, in and out. And by the time you're done, you're fucking 10 beers deep and you're on the phone with your wife trying to get a ride home.
All it takes is just one guy.
You're not that guy.
Not usually. Whenever I go golfing, I'm not. But if I go out, I kind of am.
Interesting.
Because I've only golfed with you casually once. And it was like pulling teeth to get Trevor to drink.
Golf is a weird thing. I just don't want to drink because I just too much mental shit.
That's the point of it.
That is
the point of the drinking is to lose the mental shit.
No, because then you're like, okay, you're just like accepting to feel like I'm just gonna get drunk.
No.
Yes.
No.
For me, it's accepting.
You're drinking to loosen up and think about other things and how shitty you're playing.
Correct.
Oh no, that won't work for me.
That's the sweet spot.
Thus the sweet
yes.
spot.
This guy. You should tweet that on 18 birdies.
That's the sweet spot.
Tweet that.
Jared, another great tweet for your 18 birdies account. Just go on there. Everyone will love it. Just be like, the rollback is kind of dumb. Just say that.
Do it. Yeah. I'll like and comment it. We'll get some traction rolling.
They're gonna think I hate Walmart or something.
God.
Tyler, I would even take that a step further. Like, take it a step further. And if they only offered beer, that would still be fine. But if they took all liquor away from the bev cart, and again, just telling me that I can't have a whiskey Sprite or something like that.
Yeah, you can just bring your own at that point, right?
I would, yeah, for sure. We talked about this on You Betcha Radio. Flasks are just a dying thing. That's when I would have a flask in my golf bag.
Yep, I'm with you. I have a bottle in my bag at all times, but flask would work as well.
Bottle also works.
Yeah. I couldn't think of anything else that would piss me off as much as those two things. Your cart one's the perfect one.
Yeah.
If they slowed carts down, dude, I'd be so fucking mad.
They're already, I mean, those carts pay themselves the first day on the course.
What else could they pop? Oh, here's a good one. They already charge us $1 million per bucket. What if they roll back the amount of balls you get in a bucket at the range?
Don't give them ideas.
I know we weren't supposed to talk. We weren't supposed to talk about the golf balls themselves, but I am.
If they roll back the size of bucket, so a large becomes a medium still for $87. A medium becomes a large still for $78. And then a small is just like, you maybe get 10 balls. Yeah, you get a fucking handful.
Put your hands up.
5 balls.
Yeah, and that costs you $58.
At that point, you just start buying balls at Walmart and going to the fucking range and hitting them and saying, screw it.
I'll buy 10 dozen Union Greens, and those are strictly range balls.
Because
what more could you do?
Do you usually hit on the driving range before you golf?
It all depends.
Okay.
I would say 40 to 50% of the time I do. A lot of the courses we go to don't even have driving ranges.
Right.
So you just hit the practice green, or you hit a couple chips or whatever.
When it's like 20, 40 balls or something.
Yeah, pretty much.
Got you.
Let's take a quick break, and we'll be right back.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back. Couple laughs before we start up segment 2. Got the boys rolling for the next segment. PNC Championship. One of my favorite weekends of the year, and in such a lull of the golf world. I mean, the entertainment it's not skipped a beat. Golf ball rollback, huge publicity. John Rahm officially signing with Liv.
Confirmed.
So was it 3 years, 300 mil?
Yep.
Wow.
That's insane.
Again, why would you not take that deal? Especially at this point. I mean, PGA working with PIF. Why would you not take the 300 million
to still play all the majors and to probably be back on the PGA in 3 years?
Correct. Yep.
No brainer.
So, I mean, on top of that news, the PNC it's the best tournament this time of year because you have the other tournaments, and no one's really watching golf right now. It's especially for us in the Midwest because it's fucking wintertime. Tyler's getting
You are.
Trevor, what do we need to know about the PNC Championship coming this weekend? Any notables that are playing that haven't in the past, or Tiger Charlie still suiting up?
Tiger and Charlie are still both. John Daly and Jr. playing.
Let's go.
Thomas and his dad are playing. And
good. Also, a cheat code to bring your dad, not your son. Yeah. I guess not though. Now that these sons are getting older, they're pretty fucking good.
So does Charlie play? Is he still playing from the forward tees?
I do not know. I guess we'll find out on Saturday.
I don't feel like he can anymore because he's playing high school golf, and they're not playing from the forward tees.
Like, at what age does he have to move back, or like, is there an in between for him then?
Yeah.
Either way, to revisit our clip from 2 years ago, we cannot beat him anymore.
Fuck no, absolutely not, dude. I mean, we could scramble with the 4 of us, and he'd still beat us.
Yeah, he's like, just in 2 years, he's gotten so much better.
Also, his hands are enormous.
Kid's gonna be a monster. Shouts to you, Charlie. Sorry we ever doubted you, man.
Love you, bud. Not in a weird way, but love to watch you play.
Careful. Tread like
Josh Giddey.
Love you so much.
Jesus, Trevor.
I feel
Wasn't there a baseball player that had that's happened to him?
Yeah.
Marlins?
No, from the
Marlins?
Tampa Bay Rays.
Oh, yeah, the Rays.
What was his fucking name again?
I forgot.
He's one of the biggest rookies in that class.
I don't know
what
baseball.
The frick was his name?
I forgot.
I don't know the basketball player.
There's an O in it. I feel like it starts with an O.
And I don't really want to Google it. Could be like pedophile.
Yeah, you'd be.
Yeah.
You're gonna watch.
Then our podcast PC's on a watch list.
You don't
Yeah,
wanna do that.
we'll it'll come to me and we'll just leave it at that.
We're above it.
Okay, my question to you guys. Sorry. Back to Charlie playing the forward tees. I feel like it may be like a Cal Ripken to Babe Ruth type of deal, to where when you're 12 years old, it's your last year at Cal Ripken, so you're playing on the softball field essentially. Mm-hmm. It may be the same thing to where, you know, once he turns 14 years old, or I don't even know how old he is now, you got to at least go back to the whites.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But even so, he's got that, like, his Tiger's been chirping him, trying to get into his head, because it said if there's a point where I can't get into his head, then nobody can.
He outdrove his dad last summer playing from the same tees. He outdrove his dad. His dad just happens to be the best golfer of all time.
Yeah, the most iconic athlete in all of the world.
Okay.
The people disagree.
Yeah.
Jordan won the poll, by the way.
There was a poll?
Yeah. Spotify.
Hell yeah.
I'm
missed it.
like on a 3-win streak on the polls on Spotify, with the audience agreeing with me.
There's a lot of comments for Tiger though too.
There was,
or as to why
it was. It was the Tiger Jordan poll was way closer than the always never 3-putt or always fairway.
For sure.
I blew you guys out of the water.
Which I still don't know how.
Yeah.
The world knows. The world knows.
Okay, so here's my question to you guys. If you could see any father-son duo play in the PNC that's non-golf related, who would it be?
I got one right away.
Let's hear it.
Oh god.
It'd be electric. The whole world would be watching. I have 2 groups of fathers and sons, and I want them paired with each other. Jesus. I want Donald, J. Trump,
You son of a bitch.
I knew
and
it.
Barron, and I want
Who's Barron?
his youngest son.
Oh, you're not
The-
taking Eric?
Nope, I want the little
Nobody
weirdo
wants
on
Eric.
TikTok. He's funny. That kid is hilarious. You see his face in the background of like press conferences. He's like fucking rolling his eyes and shit. And then I want Joe and Hunter as their other 2 in their
Son of
group.
a
I knew
bitch.
when
That's
you two were
that's
doing
what
that
I was
shit.
gonna say, dude.
I knew it.
And then
God.
and I just want them to catch Hunter ripping lines of coke off the back of the golf cart.
Off the Bev cart, Bev cart gal's tits.
Jesus Christ.
That would be a good one. Yeah. Joe and Hunter, instead of having like a digital GPS, just like a Mac laptop in the cart. Hunter's laptop.
They're getting,
Oh, I get it.
Jeez.
and I
Hunter,
know
we've been looking for that laptop for years, and now you're using 18 birdies on it.
well, and I know it's a different person, but they're getting a whole sorts of course advice via email, and they won't let anyone else see it.
For sure. That would be electric,
Yep.
dude.
Joe's like golfing the wrong way. And then Donald's like kicking his foot on the ball.
Look at this guy. Look at
Yeah.
this guy hit the wrong way.
Yeah.
I would
Look
love
at
to
Sleepy
see.
Joe.
I'd love to see a
Jesus.
Barron and Charlie Woods matchup.
They would probably be buddies. I think Barron's just a normal kid. From as hard as that probably is, considering who his father is, he seems just to be like a normal, goofy, weird kid.
He kind of reminds me of Macaulay Culkin a little bit, like Home Alone vibes. Kevin McAllister.
He's up to some shit.
Rich parents.
He does have
Yep.
rich
There's a
parents.
start right there.
That's about it.
Tyler, that was the one I had in the back of my head. But I had another duo against duo that I would love to see in the PNC, and that would be Michael Jordan and his son, and then Scottie Pippen and his son.
Oh, I thought you were gonna go LeBron and Bronny.
I mean, that'd be cool too, but with all the shit going on,
No,
with
that's good.
Scottie MJ's son marrying Scottie Pippen's ex-wife.
That's so fucking funny.
I mean, think of what the first tee box. Think of the energy at the first tee box and what that's gonna feel like. Because you know how they give a little background, like when Tiger hits the first tee, they go like two-time fucking PN, whatever it is. Imagine like the little quick bio they would have of each one of those guys coming to the first tee.
Well, do they make their own bios? Because if I was Pippen, I'd be like, carried Jordan to 6 championships, and then just look at him and be like,
It'd be even better if they did. I don't think they do, because when they do that for Tiger, sometimes he like just shakes his head and he's like, "This is fucking stupid." Like, I know I'm the best.
yeah.
So yeah, that would be an electric matchup, and like, you coming in on 18 and Scotty's ex-wife is cheering on Jordan's son.
What's her name? Larson?
Something
don't like that.
I don't know. It's Michael Jordan Jr.?
I forget.
And there's a lot of juniors going on. You got, I feel like it's MJ Jr. You got Scottie Pippen Jr. You got JD Jr. You probably got
Tim Hardaway Jr.
Yeah,
Bron Jr.
So be an electric matchup. Or like if you had Ryder Cup captains, you got DJT captaining the American team, and then you got Joey B captaining the European team.
Joe's the president of the United States.
I get that, but just for like the context sake,
it's like Kim Jong Un,
or like a DJT against Boris Johnson.
It'd be Trudeau. Trudeau would be the best one.
Yeah, that would work. That'd work better.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Yeah, Trudeau. He'd probably take away all of his golfers' clubs.
You can't have the president of the United States captain the European team.
You get what I'm saying. Maybe you don't, but you do.
Yikes.
Makes sense in my head.
Yeah, it fully did. It fully did. Trev, what do you got?
I have not like your guys. I have Dell and Steph Curry because they both golf, and I think they could actually compete.
Like, is Dell his dad?
Yep.
Okay.
What's the deal with Dell and his wife? There was a bunch of drama there because I feel like she was in with like another NBA player or something.
I have no idea about that.
Okay, you guys keep talking. I gotta look this up. There's all kinds of wife controversy with these pairings we got going on.
I have another one that I would like the two groups paired together.
Oh, Jesus.
This one's very obscure. I want Goofy and Max from the Goofy movie.
Mm-hmm.
And then I want Shrek and Farkle from Shrek 3. Because I think Shrek would kill Goofy on the course because he's so fucking annoying.
It's Goofy.
Yeah.
Who was the first pairing? Goofy and who?
Goofy and his son Max.
Okay.
From a Goofy movie. Max is an athlete, so he'd probably be pretty good.
Good
at
old
golf.
Max.
Okay, that's fair. I'd like to see Kevin McAllister and his dad against Home Alone 3 kid.
His dad's a bum. His dad would fucking go look for his ball and leave Kevin on the course.
He's rich though.
Yeah.
Kevin. I just watched that one last night.
Great movie.
Okay, I don't mind that, Trev.
Mm-hmm.
Little more modest than the direction we went, but
I think they'd actually be able to finish top 10. Honestly, Curry is insane.
Okay, yeah. So Dell accused Sonia Curry of having an extramarital affair with Steven Johnson, a former NFL player. That's what it was.
Oh, yep.
So let's
Steven Johnson was decent back
let's
in
go
the day.
Dell and Steph against Steven Johnson and his dad. Winner gets Sonia.
We're playing for you, Mom.
Literally.
I mean, talk about having something to play for. That's it's wild.
That's crazy.
Highest of stakes.
Jarrett.
I'm gonna break the rules a little bit. I'm gonna say Brock Lesnar and his daughter.
Hell yeah.
Ooh, that's
a great one. That picture of her that's going viral, it is insane how similar they look. Have you've seen it, right, Ryan?
I have. Colorado State. Is she in high school still, or is she?
Colorado State's a college.
No, I know, but she was wearing a Colorado State track uniform in the photo I saw.
Yeah, she broke the Colorado State shot put record.
Okay, I thought it was like a recruiting picture or like, because I thought she had broken like the high school state record. Anyway.
No, also congratulations to you for breaking the Colorado State shot put record.
So Brock Lesnar is from South Dakota.
Yep.
And I believe he resides in Alexandria, Minnesota.
Yep.
Yeah,
that or Canada. He lives in I think both places he lives in.
Yeah.
Well, when he was in the UFC, he for sure lived in Alexandria because they would announce that he trained out of Alexandria, Minnesota. And I know that because when you would build a fighter on UFC 2 for Xbox 360, you could pick Alexandria as your hometown gym.
That's sick.
Hell yeah.
That is sick.
That's where Trevor's from.
So Blair, one of our employees out in the warehouse, he used to work at a go-kart track in Alexandria or just outside of it. And he said Brock Lesnar had showed up like 1 or 2 times with his kids while Blair was working the
little did he know that he was in the presence of the future Colorado State shot put record holder.
Yeah. I don't know. This other guy must be her dad.
Right.
But yeah, this is kind of cool in the presence of greatness.
Yep.
Just them hitting bombs like 350 yards.
No, that was a good one, Jared. That would be electric. Against Vince and Stephanie McMahon.
Yes. We're just going intersport at this time.
Yep.
Matchups.
Or Hulk Hogan and Brooke Hogan.
Yeah.
Ooh.
That'd be a good one.
Or Ric Flair and Charlotte Flair. We're just a wrestling podcast.
Jared's a big wrestling guy. For those of you who didn't know that, big time wrestling guy. Okay, I'm gonna break my own rule here for a second. I would love to see DJ play with Wayne Gretzky.
That would be sweet.
I'd love to see DJ play with Wayne Gretzky at the PNC because I mean, let's just say Paulina, 18th hole, like, you know, your husband.
You could just have
and your
Paulina
dad.
play with Wayne. That's non-golf.
You could, yeah. I feel like him and DJ have a phenomenal relationship.
I mean, how could you not?
I mean, how are Paulina and DJ not divorced yet?
Maybe they love each other. I don't know.
But you look at like
Cocaine talks.
Yeah.
Love is a weird thing.
I feel like celebrity marriages like that are like, they're just, the odds of them making it to the end is slim.
It's the money.
Well, it's
Money
good.
talks.
It's good on both ends.
Yeah. Good career move.
Quite literally.
Yeah. What do we got left? Did everyone go? Everyone went.
I think so.
Trevor, you got a course for us. It's Trevor's turn.
Number 7. Number 7 on the list, craziest courses.
This one's been requested like 5 times.
Really?
Yeah. So it's about time we did it.
Yeah. Skakuza Golf Course in South Africa. It is located in their Kruger's National Park. Built in 1972 for park staff. It's open to public now. It has no fences. So mind you, it's in the middle of South Africa. So just wildlife all
You're
over.
in safari zone.
Yep. In 2014, a man lost his life to a crocodile attack. And then last year, somebody was attacked by a leopard. So, would you play it?
I would play it if one of those safari guys in the khaki outfits and the weird hats were with me.
For sure. And they don't even have golf carts. They just have those big ass rigs
Jeeps.
with like, the Jeep with like the
cage
bench
around
seats
it.
in the back.
Yeah.
Yeah. If that was the case. Also, I think just based off that quick synopsis, I'd have to be packing heat.
You have to sign a waiver to play.
Really?
Okay. So I can't remember his name. It's like Eric Andre or something.
Eric Anders. Eric Anders Lang.
Eric Anders Lang did a video there, and it was so cool. I think I would play it, mostly just because when else are you going to be able to play a game that you love surrounded by some of the coolest wildlife ever?
I agree. Well, and it's also like you're taking similar risk by, like, let's say going on a bear hunt, like a grizzly bear hunt, with like, even take it a step further, an archery grizzly bear hunt, having to get within 50 yards of a grizzly bear. Like Steven Ranella has gotten charged by grizzly bears before. He's gotten charged by moose before. So yes, I would also probably play it, but it also brings me to the memory of when we played Greyhawk down in, was it Greyhawk? Down in Arizona, when the lynx, there was a lynx that was just laying on one of the tee boxes. And what you were trying to like shoo it away with a club?
It was sneaking up to us. So I just like kicked dirt at it.
And then it came closer.
I was like, get. And then I kicked the rock too far. So the rock landed behind the lynx, which scared it towards us more.
Jesus.
On top of the lynx,
ultimately, I would have protected you guys.
For sure. I always wonder, like, if this is applicable in our area. We're talking about geese on the golf course. There's been
I'm way more scared of them than a leopard. Fuck them geese.
So if you had a club in your hand, would you have like the primal instinct to use that as a weapon if a goose did charge you?
Ryan, weren't you there when I got into a lightsaber fight with a goose?
No.
So it was whole.
Where was this at? I
was at Osgood. So let me count in my head. It's hole 3 is the short par, hole 4, hole 5, the par 3 with all the houses and the swamp to your left.
Yep.
I hit my shot right of the green. I'm walking up to the green with my putter and my wedge in my hand, and there's a goose right there. And I like, shoot, get it out away from my ball, yada, yada. So I'm standing there. I got my putter and my wedge in my hand. I'm looking at my shot, and I just hear flapping. I turn, and this thing is in front of me. So I just started dual wielding my wedge and my putter. I smoked it in the neck and it just was like fucking flopping on the ground. I'm like, oh God, I killed this goose. It gets up and attacks me again. So then I smacked it in the head.
Did it bite you ever?
No, it got close though. And so I smacked it in the head with my putter pretty fucking hard.
Like direct hit?
Hit
with the putter head?
So direct hit with like the heel of the putter.
Jesus.
And it like dropped and was like flopping. I'm like, God damn it. I'm going to have to drag this dead goose off into the weeds. And it got up.
And meanwhile, there's someone in the house like right across the little pond.
I was defending myself. I did not go after this goose. It came after me.
That's why we need cameras at par 3 holes.
And the goose eventually snapped out of it and like half-ass flew away into somebody's yard and then sat there and stared at me.
I have never heard this story.
I've told it on this podcast.
I haven't heard it.
I haven't. I had an audience. I got to remember who was playing with me. I thought it was you.
Nope. Because I would have just had my phone out and watching you.
No, dude. That goose got it twice. I was swinging hard. So I had my wedge. The wedge, when I hit it in the neck, I was holding it by the actual club head. So it got hit in the neck with the grip of a club.
Okay.
And then when I hit it with the putter, which was in my left hand, it was like a crossbody, like backhand tennis shot with the heel of the putter. And that's when I was using that Wilson putter, that silver one. Yep. And I caught it right in the side of the dome.
Nice concussion.
Yeah. That goose fucking chose violence, and I have been anxious around those geese ever since.
They just like
we should start making the clubhouse sign waivers that are from us, saying if we purposely kill wildlife for the purpose of self-defense, then I will not get in trouble for this.
Yeah, I don't think I could have. I mean, Canadian geese are a dime a dozen.
For sure.
You can live,
and they shit on the fairways and the greens, and
yeah, they're actively trying to keep them off. They should put statues of me out there instead of statues of coyotes.
The coyotes don't do anything. It's just like having an owl statue in like right off the edge of a cornfield or something. Just
the scarecrow.
The scarecrow, same thing. But I mean, the South African course, we're not even talking about wild geese that just may attack you. Like, what if a pack of hyenas are surrounding you?
You get in your cart and go.
Yeah.
So Eric
bog down, roll back, South African rollback.
Correct me if I'm wrong. There is a time. It's like 5 p.m. Let's just say, for argument's sake, you have to be off the course.
Okay.
By that time, or you are on your own with no help. And so he really, really wanted to see giraffes. And there was reports of giraffes on the course. And so he was booking it across the course to go see these giraffes. He saw them, but he also saw like lions or some shit. So he booked it and it was past the time. So he had to book it back to the clubhouse because an alarm goes off and stuff. Because like the animals hunt at that time. So you got to be off the course by that time or you will be hunted by lions.
Jeez.
I think it's always good to have in your back pocket the governor trick.
Yeah.
Because if you're going, let's say 8 to 12 miles an hour in a golf cart and you have a male lion chasing you, that sumbitch is going to get right on your hip. He's going to pounce into the golf cart. It's going to knock it over and then you're defenseless.
Yep.
I wonder if they do they bring guns with them then or no?
So I think if I remember correctly from the video, because
caddies are just safari hunters.
I think there are people like posted up on the course, keeping an eye out with like walkie-talkies, like, hey, lion by hole 15, or hey guys, the giraffes are out on 18 if you want to show your group that. Or like, I think then hippos are supposedly a really big problem because they're assholes. Like they'll fuck you up for no reason.
Yeah.
I'm pretty positive, and I haven't watched this in a couple of years, but there's like people posted up keeping an eye on the wildlife to let people know what's where and when.
And they're probably going to they're going to let a situation with one of these animals get as far as possible before they have to take any sort of action against it.
Apparently, if dudes are getting attacked by gators and leopards, they'll just let it go.
Yeah.
Because they're not just like, let's say a lion is like 50 yards away. They're not just going to take it down just because it's close, you know?
Yeah, it's his habitat.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Be kind of nuts.
Imagine being a greenskeeper.
I don't think you can be. Like,
Well, how do they manage the course?
That's got to be like a heavy equipment operator job to where
It's gotta be like a full on tractor. Like it's not like one of like the lawnmowers. It's gotta be like a fucking tractor.
No, I'm just saying like, sorry, I meant pay wise. Like this is a dangerous job, or like working on wind turbines. This is a dangerous job. We're going to pay someone who wants to be a greenskeeper $50,000 a year. And in a third world country, you're a millionaire.
South Africa's not third world, very developed.
Sorry, I'm thinking of Africa.
Yeah.
That's my bad.
That's a continent.
South Africa is a country within Africa. My fault.
It's in the south.
On the southern,
very southern
Africa.
Nice.
So yeah, I would also play. I would take the risk.
Yeah, I think I would too. I would have a piece on me though.
Do you think you'd golf better with the fear? Like
you'd play a lot faster.
You gotta drive with the fear.
I think you're right, because honestly, I'd be thinking less about hitting this shot than I would be. Is there a line looking at me through that grass? Right
Definitely.
It'd be club, run out, hit ball, get back in the cart.
I wouldn't look for balls at all.
Nope.
Anything goes off the beaten path, it lives there forever.
Yep. And I'm just gonna take a free drop. I'm not even counting it.
It's the same as, well, not the same as that World War II course where you get free drops if it lands by a bomb. I'm taking a free drop if it lands by a lion's den.
No, God, no. There is something there's something cool about just seeing wildlife on a course. So like the course I played in Alaska, we saw a black bear chasing a coyote. We saw moose. We saw a moose when we were waiting to get into the clubhouse to check in. And then we saw a moose on the green of the hole we were just about to go play.
That's so cool.
And even when you see deer, like at Thumper Pond, we see the same, like it's the mom and it's the twin babies walking around. It's either like hole 7 or 8 every single time.
Yep.
There's just something cool about seeing wildlife on a course.
Yeah,
Arizona, lynx,
coyotes,
wild hogs, coyotes.
Oh, it's a javelinas. Yep. And then at Forest Hills, there's a mama fox with pups.
That's cool.
That walks around.
Yeah.
So yeah, any wildlife at courses is sweet until the wildlife tries to kill you.
Until you smell like blood.
Yep. That's all I got for you, folks. You guys got anything else?
What's the name of the course?
Skukuza.
Par 72.
9 hole, but they have 18 tees, par 72.
Is it desert, or is there grass fairways?
It's like safari.
Grass.
Safari.
It's grass.
That'd be fucking sweet.
It's kind of clean.
If we ever go on like an international trip, would you rather go there? Or would you rather play the history of St. Andrews?
That's tough.
Because obviously there's a lot there. I mean,
that's a good question.
There's a lot of history at St. Andrews, but you also would never get the safari experience that you'd get at this course.
Are you two bringing your guns?
They probably don't allow guns on the course.
Fuck. Probably St. Andrews for life reasons.
Safety.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
Skukuza does have the title of the wildest golf course on the planet. And this list is the craziest golf courses on the planet. So it's not far off.
I mean, I think I'd rather hit a 115-yard wedge shot over the top of a giraffe neck than hit over the hotel on 18 at St. Andrews.
I think I would too. I think being
either 17 or 18 at St. Andrews.
I think being an outdoorsman, I think Skukuza is cooler. I would probably rather play there. And don't get me wrong, I would love the chance to play at St. Andrews. But St. Andrews is also like the embodiment, in my opinion, of snobby golf.
That's probably that's definitely probably where it started.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I would still play there though. So if you want to invite me, it's not that snobby. I was just kind of kidding.
Not snobby for us.
Yeah.
That's all we got.
Yep. See you in the next one.
St. Andrews, Skukuza.
I'll do Sakuzi.
Let's go.
More of a better experience.
Jared's always wanted to golf in a third world country.
You won't even play, just watch.
Yep.
I'll bring my gun. I'll pack some heat.
All right, guys, that's all we got for today. We'll be back next week with episode 168, probably PNC recap.
Yeah. You got to remind me that that's on. I haven't watched golf in a minute.
Yeah, I got Christmas this weekend, so that's what I'm going to have on while
I got a kid's birthday party this weekend.
I had a kid's birthday party on Sunday.
It's my own kid, so I gotta go to this one.
4?
I missed last year.
Yeah. Last year I scheduled it on a Saturday last year on purpose because I don't want to watch. The Vikings are going to be on Sunday, so I can't schedule his birthday party Sunday. It was the one game last year that was on a Saturday, so this year I learned my lesson, put it on Sunday. Nice. So I can watch the Vikings on Saturday.
Let's go, Tyler. What time do I need to bring anything, and what time should we show up?
So the party is at Skakuza Golf Course in Third World Africa.
You just bring your clubs.
Yep, bring your clubs. See you there 5:30 Sunday.
Should I bring a cake?
PM.
Yep.
4th birthday party.
Yep.
Love you guys.
Love you.
Love you.
You piped that the wrong way.
I'll call the clubhouse. We'll book another 18 for tomorrow.
Okay, they cheated on that. They fluffed their balls.
Yeah, no better time for the breakfast ball than now.